I had to take whiz real quick. I apologize. Did we zipping up? Yeah, we did. We zipping up. All right. Now, today we're going to focus on, we just going to focus on punching. We're going to take it easy today. We just going to focus on punching. We just going to focus on punching. Now, woo. Now, what I was talking about, for those of you that watch the first live, when we tell you go in a circle, 1, 2, when you throw the 1, it's an arm punch. When you throw the 2, you dig into the ground. When you throw the 1, it's an arm punch. The 2, the 1, the 2 is your power. Dig your feet in to the ground for 1/4 of a second. Did you hear what I said? I had to bring y'all down some. You know what I'm saying? When you are throwing it, right? The first punch is an arm punch. You're moving. This is an arm punch, right? While you throwing that arm punch, dig into the ground so you can throw that punch and then keep moving. So you constantly, when you do that 2, your 1 should be in the ground. I'll show you again. Right? That's an arm punch. But your foot is in the ground. So when you throw, you can go. But your foot was planted. Now, if you want to be technical, what you could do is plant, 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 plant. If you want to throw with power, you can plant your feet and keep moving. As long as you move, if you're intent, because I'd rather just throw a quick combination, leg kick. But if you really want to hurt somebody, you really want to hurt them, plant your feet, move. Plant your feet, move. Plant your feet, move. Plant your feet for 1/4 second. Dig in, swing and go. Go. Don't stay still. Don't sack. Don't sack. I got my leg back here. No. If you do what I do, when they do that to you, you ain't going to be there. That's why you move in a circle. You don't back up. You move in a circle. As you launch launch your punch. Dig in for a quarter of a second. Just a quarter of a second. Dig in. Throw your punch. Dig the other foot in. Throw your punch. Step to the side. Kick. Do it again the other way. Kick. You can still have your power if you determine to punch with power. Me, I personally would rather 5 shots quickly while I'm moving, kick the person. But if you insist on, if it bothers you, that I say depend on the hardness of your knuckles and just fire the punches, if that bothers you, then do the technique I just taught you. Dig in for a second. Dig in and come out. Don't set. Just do it for a second. Get your power. Go. Don't stay still. If you stay still, they can punch back. You don't want to stay still. You wanna throw and move. You see what I'm saying? You want to throw and move. Why would you stay still? Why would you wait for the receipt to come back? Throw and move. So now, they gotta either come with you, cut you off, or back up. Any one of those 3 scenarios, they not hitting you. Why do you care? Why do you care? They're not hitting you. You don't want to get hit. Now, when you can land enough punches, that's when you weren't worried about the power. But we not worried about knocking nobody out. We want to get inside. We want to get inside. Punches keep the person busy. If they worrying about what you doing up here, when you sneak a kick down there, they looking up here. When you kick them enough down here, even if they got oak tree legs. Remember I told you about the fly? At first it don't bother you. After a while, you find yourself swinging at the fly. This is what you want to do. You want the person to get annoyed. And they're going to swat at you the same way they swat at the fly. So they're going to abandon their stance and just try to do something. When they do that, step inside. Step inside. Once you inside, I told you to practice grabbing. Once you inside, you grab. Grab. Drag that person across the goddamn floor. And hit them. Grab them and hit them. Drag them. Hit them. Come on. Where you going, sucker? Come here. Keep going. When you get to the point where you can hold them with one hand, then start delivering the forearms. When you can get to the point where you can hold them with one hand, then you throw your forearms. But until then, 2 hands. And whip that knee. Rip it. Rip it. And keep ripping it. And keep in mind, if you do what I tell you to do, you need poles and trees. When you hit the human body, you're going to break stuff. When I hit this, it absorbs the impact. When I throw a knee, it absorbs it's like I ain't doing nothing. But in reality, I'm throwing it with power. The back foot is dug in. The reason the back foot is dug in is because I'm holding. I'm inside and I'm holding. I'm not worried about what they're going to throw back. They can't generate no power. They got no space. But we practice generating with no space. With no space. We don't need space. But we can make that bag move without space. We don't need space. Because we used to hit freedom poles. This ain't nothing. We can just keep that. We can make that bag spin the same way that they do with that shit. So don't stand there and wait for them to go 1, 2, kick, move. 1, 2, kick, move. Make them have to come get you. Don't stand in one spot. Go in a circle. Don't back up. If you want to punch with power, as I taught you earlier, dig your feet in for a quarter second. Meaning, don't plant and try to throw. You moving. Plant right there. Quarter second. Plant. Quarter second. Plant. Quarter second. You can dig your feet in for a quarter second and move. The person can't, they ain't got time to come back. You gone. So your combination, move, kick while you're moving. So they got this to deal with, then they got that to deal with. When they get ready to punch, you already gone. You literally are gone. You have gone 1, 2, 3, and you are gone. You literally are gone. Where they gonna punch at? They're gonna have to either come with you, or they're gonna have to try and cut you off, or they're gonna have to wing something. Remember what I said about a fly? That fly buzzing around your head, at first it don't bother you. Keep walking around a person, hitting them, and they can't hit you back, it's gonna bother them. And the same way you reach for that fly, they're gonna try to reach for you. And it's gonna be an arm punch because they can't dig their feet in. You're not letting them get set. They're gonna wing an arm punch. When they do, block, come in. Now you inside. Once you inside, grab them. I don't care how big they are. Once you grab them, if you do the techniques I showed you with the shopping cart, with the seesaw, if you can even use a fence. Practice grabbing it and dragging it. Practice it. So that when you grab somebody, they can't get away. And drag them around. When you're dragging somebody, what they gonna do? What they gonna do if you're dragging them? They can't get no power. I don't care if they muscle bound. They can't plant. You jacking them all around, where they going? They're not used to somebody pulling on them like that. They're not used to it. When you can, hit them with a knee. When you can get to the point you can hold them with one hand, hit them with a forearm. It's not hard. Just get inside. Best way to get inside is to wait for them to throw an arm punch, okay? You want them to throw an arm punch. Come inside. That's why you hide behind your defense. Your arms are used to hitting poles and trees. Their knuckles ain't gonna do shit. Now, if you're in the gym with padding on, that's something different. We talking about street fighting. You got your bad knuckles. If my forearm is used to hitting steel, and you punch my forearms with your knuckle, you ain't gonna hurt me, you hurt you. And once they punch you 2 or 3 times, and you catch it on your forearms and elbows, they're not gonna want to punch anymore. Because the shit hurt. So that's one way to cripple them. Make them not want to fight. Also, going around them in a circle and kicking them in their leg. You can't keep taking shots to the leg. And switch out. You could be going this way, kick them, come back the other way, kick them, come back the other way. If they try to come in, meet them with a knee. If they try to back up, throw a front kick. There are ways that you can do to protect yourself in a street fight. It's not who the strongest, who has the better technique and who has the strategy, who understands the human body. And like I said, if you'll find an old building. See this right here? This would be perfect to practice on. See how you got two sides? This is your center line right here. You literally can practice going side to side on the wall. Practice going side to side. Practice knees, forearms, punches, kicks. You can go side to side. And you can practice these techniques. You can practice these techniques. It's not hard. Hey, what's going on, green weed, whatever? You can practice these techniques. Now, like I said, me personally, I'd rather punch quick, right? I'm still planting my foot, but if you really want to punch hard, then I would. But that leaves you a little open. You didn't notice, when I threw that punch, there was an opening right here. We don't want that opening. That's why I rather fire up the middle and stay behind my punches. If I try to hook, try to uppercut, try to get fancy, I'm open. We don't want to be open. We don't want to get hit. We ain't worried about looking good for the ladies. We ain't worried about oppressing the homies. We don't want to get hit. That doesn't make you a punk to not want to get hit. If you want to get hit, that makes you a dummy. It's called hit and not get hit. So, you want to hit, keep moving. Hit, keep moving. That means they got to come with you or they got to stop. Either way, you're not getting hit. And if they try to just come in and just bulldoze you, block, come inside, grab them. Ain't shit they can do. Once you grab them, you take my techniques, I don't care, unless they strong enough, they can lift you up and just throw you across the room. Let's say that happens. They strong enough to pick you up and throw you. Land on your feet, come back, because now they're going to be tired. They done picked your body up and thrown you across the room. They tired now. Come in there and whoop their ass. That helps you out. You grab somebody and they trying to get out their clothes and trying to get away, they're not hitting you. But you're hitting them. They're not hitting you, but you're hitting them. And like I said, if you get tired of hitting them with this knee, switch over. Hit them with the other one. When you can get a good enough grip on them that you can hold them with one hand, start ripping your forearms. Hit them in the throat, hit them in the nose, hit them in the mouth. Try to hit them in the eye, hit them in the ear. Wherever you can hit them at, it don't matter. Just hit something. You do what I do and you practice hitting trees and poles, it don't matter where you land, it's gonna hurt. No matter where you land, it's gonna hurt. Your job is to land, not get hit. If you hit somebody 50 times and they don't flinch, if they don't hit you, who won that battle? If you hit somebody 50 times and they never get to hit you, who won the battle? You won because you didn't get hit. You won the battle. You want them going home saying, if I can make that motherfucker stand still for a minute, we ain't gonna stand still. You gotta make us stand still. How you gonna make us stand still? Your punches ain't gonna do it because we ain't gonna be there to get hit with them. How you gonna make us stand still? I'm asking a question. Anybody wanna answer it? How you gonna make somebody that keep moving stand still? You gonna jump in front of them? So what happens when you throw your punch? They block them and come inside. Then what? Then what? Because you don't hurt your knuckles hitting them. Now what? You gonna knee them? We need trees and poles. We not worried about your damn knee. Fuck your knee. You gonna kick us? Once again, we kick trees and poles. If we even see you trying to lift up for a kick, we're gonna kick that leg, the other leg out the way. And when you come down, we're gonna kick you again. Worst thing you can do is telegraph a kick. I'm not even gonna look at you, I'm looking at the other leg. Can I get a good shot at that leg? Can I just take it out from under you? Can I just take you out? So all right, y'all, let's go over there and do the dumbbells, and we'll call it a day. We still gotta do our sprints. Actually, should we do the sprints for the dumbbells? Guess we can do the dumbbells. So we came into the boxing ring, and like I said, I wanted to teach y'all about the punches. I know some of y'all were concerned about you don't mind going in a circle, but you don't want to throw arm punches. So I taught you how to plant your feet for a millisecond. A millisecond. Because see, if you sit still, they can plant and nail you. But if you keep moving, they can't plant. And eventually they're gonna get frustrated and then they're gonna wing a punch. The same way you wing at a fly, they're gonna wing a punch at you out of frustration. And that's when you come inside. That's when you come inside. A lot of people will try and hit you with a hook or a cross. You're not worried about that. You got your defense up. Once they hit your forearm, that's it. Ow! So how they gonna move your arm out the way and hit you? The minute they hit your arm, ow. The minute their knuckles hit your forearms, remember that we ain't got no gloves on. Our hands are not wrapped. Some of y'all will say, well, I don't want to fight like that. Well, don't fight like that. But when you come across somebody like me, you don't get the dog shit beat out you. Because we not going to play your game. Your game is to dance around us. Is to stand there and expect us to exchange punches with you. We not going to do that. And I've watched every stance. Do y'all understand? I've watched every genre. And it don't matter if it's Taekwondo, it don't matter if it's Jiu-Jitsu, it don't matter if it's boxing, if it's karate, they all do the same shit. They stand in front of you and tell you to come stand in front of them. But all that walking around they doing, they always come back like this. Don't ever square up. Don't. Yeah, we got a phone call. Hold on. Got a phone call, y'all. Yup, downstairs. All right. So yo, we get ready to do our laps, and we'll call it a day. So I'm gonna rest for a second. We're gonna do our laps, and we'll call it a day. There's a lot of people bunched up down there, so we're gonna have to go up high. There's a lot of people bunched up right there. So we'll go up high It's a pole right there, so we'll go up high, like right here. We'll go up high, and we'll take our laps, and we'll call it a day. Ah. I hope that y'all enjoy the demonstration. Even if you take some of the things that I say, because a lot of people have been trained, and what I teach goes against the training. There's a reason for that. We want to compensate. But everything that I see, the person, they still square up. Whether their palms are open, whether they're closed, they always square up. You do not want to do this. Because then you're sitting there trying to exchange. They're hitting you, you're hitting them, and whoever hit the hardest win the fight. No. Why would you want to fight like that? Especially when the person faster than you, stronger than you, bigger than you, and you're in a street fight. There ain't no referee to come save you. They don't have no doctors there waiting to help you out. You know, like I say, fighters like Pernell Whitaker, you know, Sugar Ray Leonard, Muhammad Ali, they would use movement similar to what we do, right? But when they want to punch, they stop and punch. What that technique was, they're going to move around you, make you follow them, and then when they're ready to punch, they plant their feet, unload, and then move again. Well, they're not allowed to kick. They're not allowed to knee. They're not allowed to forearm. They have on padding and gloves. That's a different animal. If I'm moving a circle around you, I make you have to either move with me or cut me off as I come around. You gotta do one or the other. You gotta come with me or you gotta cut me off when I come around. If I see you coming to cut me off, I'm gonna go back the other way. Now what you gonna do? Y'all come back this way. Every time you move, I'm gonna kick you in the leg. If I see you getting hit to getting kicked in the leg, I'm gonna kick you in the high thigh. If I see you getting used to that, I might throw a 2-punch combination, throw a kick at your chest on the right side, throw a front kick on the left side in the same motion. What defense do you have for that? And you still ain't got set yet. You done got hit with all of that and you still ain't got set. These techniques keep people from being able to respond. By the time they get their feet set and they're ready to throw back, you are not there. And you leave them with a kick. And you're gone. So now they gotta follow you or they gotta cut you off. That's why we practice when we go in a circle. You can go to your left, you can go to your right. If they try and cut you off, come back the other way. Now you waiting for them. They got to come to you. And you can see what they doing. They frustrated because they can't get off. Why they can't get off? You ain't letting them get set. They're not gonna have no power. They're gonna be arm punches. It's very few people that can knock somebody out with an arm punch. Don't say it don't happen. But very few people can knock somebody out with an arm punch. Very few. That's why a lot of times when you see girls fighting, they be throwing arm punches, but nobody don't get knocked out. They just, windmill, they arm punches. You don't get knocked out from arm punches unless you got a serious bad jaw. You don't get knocked out from an arm punch. That's why you should not be afraid, especially when you're fighting somebody who did it as a sport. Just believe in the technique. Believe in the technique. Believe in the hardness of your body. But you got to believe. You have to believe. And be confident in the techniques. It's not just about power. The strongest person don't win all the time. They can be outsmarted. You know, the worst thing you could see a fighter do in a match, they land a punch that hurt you. They spend the rest of that round trying to land that punch again and don't hit it. They go into the next round trying to land that punch again and don't hit it. Don't be one-dimensional. Because when they landed that punch that stunned their opponent, it was in a combination they were doing. But then they get happy when they see a reaction, and they think all I gotta do is hit them with this same punch again, and it could have been a fluke. You might not land that punch the rest of the fight. So don't get punch drunk. Don't sit there and get all happy and, you know, you got a good right hand, okay. Once you land that good right hand, your opponent know, avoid that right hand. What you gonna do then? What are you gonna do then? What if the person can actually throw? What if the person can actually throw shoulder kicks? Suppose you hit them with that right hand. They got good right hand. They start kicking you in the shoulder. After a while, guess what? You can't throw that punch no more. What good is the punch? You don't get beat up. All right, so the phone get ready to die. We down to 15%. So the phone get ready to die. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. Like I said, you can watch the first part. We got 2 parts. 2 parts, 2 different thumbnails. So I hope y'all enjoyed the show, and we will be back tomorrow, same time. We will be back tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. So y'all enjoy y'all Sunday, and like I said, the minute we find a shopping cart down there, we're going to start the video on the little camera. And so if y'all want to see that, it'll be up probably around 7:30, 8 o'clock this evening. Minister Robert Derrick, we out. Thanks for watching, everybody. And we're done. You're done.